Hi, I'm Erykah and welcome to 5 Minutes With. Today we've got 5 Minutes with a development researcher.
Hi, I'm Alexia, the development researcher. I work at Wildflame Productions, and development is my job.
Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit about what that actually means? So for anyone that's not sure what that role title means, what do you actually do?
Okay, so a researcher is a person that goes about the day finding information and content and, researching stories and just finding out, getting access. I mean, there's so many different types of researcher. There's archive researcher, there's junior researchers, there's casting researchers. It really depends on the role that you have during the production. And what's going on. But my role was kind of like an umbrella where with development, I help the development team come up with really good content and ideas for programs that we want to put together. And then, with that also comes finding specific talent or new faces or, people that are already established and maybe talking to agents and having meetings with those people and saying, are you interested? Do you want to be put towards this idea?
And how long have you been doing it for? How did it all start for you?
So I graduated during the pandemic, the first lockdown, and I knew Vicky Sutton, who is now Vicky Ball, and she basically recommended me to Klinos. She was the creative director at Wildflame Productions 2 years ago, and she was looking for an experienced researcher / runner to join them on the team. I said, I'd be up for it. She called me. We had a brief chat, and she was like, "You're great. Come, start." And I was like, "When can you start?" And I was like, "Now." And she was like, "Yeah, cool." Yeah. So at first, I started working over Zoom for a bit, and then I fully moved back to Cardiff again. Probably in January, okay. And that's when my role in the office and everything kind of started. So luck and connections.
And so if you were to kind of think back to yourself, maybe before graduation, if you could kind of give yourself some advice in terms of getting into any part of the sector that you're in now, what would you say to yourself?
Meet the right people, never say no to an opportunity, maintain friendships, maintain contacts, because they will help you out along the way. You never know who's going to be that person that will just give you that line or your next job or your, or your next story as well. So just keep contacts and keep good relationships.
And so in your time working in your job that you're doing now, what would you say is your career highlight, something that you're really proud of?
I think I was telling you earlier, I was on a shoot the other day. I got to do some production stills. I like to learn how to use equipment, so it was really fun, getting this opportunity to just take a lot of production stills for that day. And to be there and everybody was just so happy and energetic. And I just love when you're in the moment, when you're on set, because I remember when the series, which is called Dare to Dance, is going to be on BBC Wales sometime soon. And I love the fact that I was there when the initial process was happening, and I wrote up the first ever few versions of the pictures of it, and it changed over time, but it was initially an idea that I was a part of. And then to see it come all together and everybody working so hard on it, and then to be in the middle of that and then taking all these stills for it and then just being what, this is my baby. It's good. That was definitely my one of my favorite things.
Yeah, that sounds so exciting. Do you have any kind of tips or advice for getting into the kind of role, or the things that you'd have to think about to start doing what you do?
I think it's really just maintaining good connections, and also always applying for things, because it is hard to get a job. It is a competitive industry, and sometimes there's luck in the play, but a lot of the times they'll be looking for skills. So work on your own skills, show that you have the ability to create content, that how to use PowerPoint, Adobe, Premiere Pro, know that you show that you can edit, and show that you can use InDesign and stuff like that, because that will come to play when they need someone to make a good deck, or someone to do something interesting. Show that you have sociable skills as well, because my job is 50% I am on the phone. I'm on the phone talking to people, or and getting to know new people and finding out stories as well. So just work on your interpersonal skills, and also build up your portfolio a bit and never stop trying, never stop talking to people, and make people aware that you're looking for a job.
Yeah.
Make them know that you're like interested in this next role.
I mean, that's all the questions that I have. But if you could just let people know where they can like find you, like socials or websites and everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So you can find me on anything. I'm on everything, which I have Twitter, I have Instagram, and I also have LinkedIn. So you can give me a cheeky follow, didn't I? It's all Alexia J. Barrett for my Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
Well, thank you for coming today. It was great to speak to you. So thank you for watching this episode of 5 Minutes With, and make sure that you keep up to date with the creative Cardiff social media for the next episode.